let's talk about the anti-trafficking industrial complex. I'm a survivor of 20 years of cult abuse and child trafficking. I've worked with a lot of different nonprofits in recent years that were claiming to combat child trafficking. And unfortunately, there were a lot of people there to just profit off of pain. And best believe I'm here to expose them. So I escaped this environment that I was born and raised into when I was 20 years old. When I was about 30, I started understanding the reality of child exploitation and trafficking here in America today, still thriving. And that was not okay with me. So beyond doing a lot of research and being very pissed off, I went to try to find the organizations that were actually part of the solution that I could actually support. In my preliminary research, I found a lot of organizations that were obviously not part of the solution. You should research their donors. I talk about a lot of ways you can vet nonprofits. Now, I found some organizations that I thought were actually helping, and one in particular that I actually started working with. I worked for them for about 3.5 years. They claim to combat child trafficking with a 100% conviction rate. So work with law enforcement, make arrests, do sting operation, all that. And I was like, ooh, that's badass. Because I wanted to work with someone that was actually confronting this issue, not just awareness or, supporting survivors or nebulous things like that. Now, after working with these people for a couple years, I was actually asked to assist in one of these undercover sting operations. Now, by this time, I was pretty concerned with the ineffectiveness of this group, knowing we were collecting millions of dollars, that we weren't really getting the results we should be getting, right? Short version is, I went on this op and I saw that it was, number one, not combating child trafficking. We were setting up online profiles as children to identify local pervs who were trying to prey on children. So worthy cause, but not the same thing as combating child trafficking, for one. For two, there's not a lot of expertise, and myself and other people chatting with pervs all day, and then when they show up, law enforcement makes the arrest. For three, what I saw, because I was wading through all these pervs for days, right, that I was building cases on, hoping that they would result in warrants and then arrests. What I saw after these operations, these warrants just poof, nothing happened. First one was in March 2023, second one was in May 2023. I kept following up and asking questions and what's the status, what's happening to these warrants. Oh, we don't know, we don't want to. 6 months, a year later, now I had a better understanding of just how much misappropriation of funds was going on, as well as absolute exploitation of this problem. Raising millions of dollars claiming to combat child trafficking, not combating child trafficking. There's a lot more to this story that I will definitely be revealing. I want to unpack the insider information from someone who's not only survived the unimaginable, but tried to throw my hat in to help, and then saw so much corruption inside this nonprofit and advocacy world in this anti-trafficking space. It's quite alarming how many people are posing as a solution that are actually part of the problem.